What is up, y'all? Welcome back, my enigmas, breaking stigmas. We are going to talk about what it's been like for you in the limelight as of late, what kind of blessings are coming in, as well as the mal de ojo, the evil eye that has been sent your way as these blessings have been filtering in. We are going to talk about the new opportunities, the new chapter in life. We are going to be talking about those of you who may actually just be single and you're like, what do you mean that Ish is about to get great? What do you mean the spotlight is on me? What I mean is eventually it's going to be time to come out of hermit mode, and that you are going to meet someone new, that you are going to meet someone who ignites your flame. And for couples, I am getting that the flame between y'all is burning hotter and brighter. So now y'all are glowing, and this could either be a pregnancy glow or this could simply be an afterglow. But whatever it is, even if you didn't plant a seed of pregnancy, y'all have been planting many seeds, sowing many seeds, and creating this life that is pretty much materializing right before your very eyes. I am here to talk about all that with you, and let's go ahead and break it down. Back, my enigmas, breaking stigmas. I am so happy to have you here at the tarot tea table, where we are going to be spilling yet another episode of cosmic briefing through downloads. We are going to have some tarot, we're going to have some oracle. Let's go ahead and break down these angel numbers. So we got 1231, 222, 1111, 1919, 777, and 444. We are going to be talking about all of those. For 1231, we know 1 is related to the Sun, Leo domicile, Aquarius detriment, Aries exalt, Libra fall. For 2, we know that is related to the Moon, so Cancer domicile, Capricorn detriment, Taurus exalt, Scorpio fall. 3, we know that's related to Jupiter, so Sagittarius and Pisces domicile, Gemini and Virgo detriment, Cancer exalt, Capricorn fall. I feel like despite all of these blessings coming in, and kind of going back to some of you who actually might be single again, I am getting the whole I'm back at square one, because 1, 2, 3, 1, back at square one. I feel like y'all went through all the motions, and this could even be like in your job. This could have been that you just climbed the corporate ladder and it feels like it was for nothing. I want to say it wasn't. It was not all for naught. You're learning some really hard lessons early on in life, and I got this from the Ride monologue by Lana Del Rey, of which she states, it takes getting everything you ever wanted, then losing it to know what true freedom is. You are about to be free. It takes these lessons to not fall back into the same patterns and routines. And sometimes it feels like, it almost feels like it takes someone attempting to extinguish our fire for us to really want to stoke the flame and burn bright again. I've been seeing tons of dust devils lately, and these can symbolize energy constantly funneling and spiraling in chaos. And I feel like this could be what it feels like right now for y'all. But at the same time, they also represent change through adversity in particular, okay? Fun fact, in the Middle East, dust devils have come to symbolize the jinn or genies, of which why genies are typically depicted without legs. My fiance went on to let me know that they are often also depicted deriving from a smokeless flame. So with that, depending on spiritual practices, many can either see this as phenomenal luck, or an omen of the opposite. But I feel like despite y'all feeling like you're being vacuumed and funneled through this chaos, y'all really are about to have phenomenal luck, and it's gonna be in your fucking face, okay? I also saw a dead bird. Let's get into that. I feel like this is another omen for a transition after a difficult journey, okay? It can also represent our grief after the loss of a loved one, but it could also represent someone else losing protection now that we're no longer in their life. I feel like it can also be symbolic of evil eye sent your way and failing. So, leaning toward the evil eye, I feel like I have been continuously getting poked in my right eyeball, like at least 3 times in this last week. The evil eye is real, y'all. The mal de ojo is out here, okay? Okay. Being all this negativity is here for your new beginning, I want to kind of delve deeper into that feeling of back at square one, right? And while I definitely want to acknowledge that endings can totally drum up feelings of anxiety, depression, confusion, frustration, anger, grief, what have you, this new beginning is literally your freedom. And it does take time to heal, but please don't let yourself get stuck there. Do what you gotta do to heal, but please remember, you are not meant to completely hermit. Y'all, I won't be surprised if we don't see the star card today, because y'all are meant to be out there shining brightly. Y'all are meant to be, if you want to be an influencers, you're meant to be an artist, you're meant to be that poet, you're meant to be that singer. You are meant to be someone whose message is out there to help others get through adversity themselves. So I feel like it can totally be hard to let go of someone or a situation that you invested seemingly everything you could into it. I totally understand that. But I do want to say that as time goes on, you just deal with it a little better. It doesn't ever get easier, but you do deal with it a little better. Now, that also depends on everything and everyone involved, who you're no longer connected to, and how things ended. If need be, please definitely seek out additional support like a therapist or a counselor. You deserve to enjoy what you got coming in, and if people from your past are upset about you doing better without them after what they put you through, they can be upset far, far away from you. I'm getting fairy tale energy again, but this time it's like Farquaad, okay? Like, we have been channeling into fairy tale energy deep, but I feel like your life is about to become a fairy tale. But right now, I feel like for some of y'all, you had to deal with a person or a group, what have you, that carries the energy of Farquaad, but minus the spoils and riches that came with Farquaad. They act like they got it like that, but they really don't. And this person could also be struggling with addiction. And in particular, it could be a shopping addiction, but it could be something else. I feel like they're about to be played for the trick that they are, because they stunted a little too hard. They were living this double life of which they presented that they got pretty much everything that they need and then some, and they promised to take care of someone, but I feel like they're actually broken in debt, and this could totally be because of that shopping addiction, and they cannot really foot the bill, but they're lying and omitting this info as well as info about addiction. I feel like they really want to make you or those around them completely reliant on them. Like Farquaad wanted to do with Fiona, right? Well, Farquaad over there is hiding his debt from the princess or prince. And not only is he going to have to face this debt, but I'm getting that the prince or the princess is just out of there now. And they know that Farquaad lied and was just donning this whole facade. Just be happy you got the fuck out of there before you were in too deep, because I'm getting this person acts like Farquaad too, like a megalomaniac, Napoleon complex-ish, little man syndrome, little lady syndrome type shit. As for others, I'm getting that y'all had to deal with praying mantis energy from last week. Like y'all had to, like maybe you decided to meet up with the other woman or the other man. And they ended up catching attitude with you. They tried to make you look crazy and continuously invalidated you, or even went as far as to try and dismiss you. But they were the side piece. I want to remind you that. And I want to remind them that, because they could very well be listening too. They were the side piece, and you realize this side dish has the same predatory and careless energy as the partner that you were just dealing with, as the partner that you either just let go or you're about to let go. And I feel like you should just let them go be losers together. Let the side piece just endure the consequences of looking into the mirror when dealing with your ex-partner, because now y'all don't even gotta deal with that shit. Like, I feel like, yeah, some of you may have to co-parent, but something tells me this ex-partner won't have many custody rights. This could have been why they were trying to string both of you along. Maybe they were scared of losing custody, but this was a self-fulfilling prophecy. Let the other woman or man have your sloppy seconds, okay? They were disrespectful as fuck, but so is this ex. They deserve each other, and they can hold up the mirror for one another. I channeled Fire for You, I think it's called, or Fire by Cannons, where she like talks about like how she was on fire for someone and she like loved them so much, and her heart like burned for this individual, but they broke her heart. And she also talks about moving on. I feel like this is your new beginning, and you may be scared, you may be reeling and wishing for closure, but my friend, the gates are now open and some beautiful opportunities are about to greet you. I hear you, I see your pain. A bond you hoped to be sacred was defiled. Of course you feel this way. Of course you do. But we're gonna get you through this, okay? And you legit deserve all of the love that you have given others, okay? I know you're tired, you're drained, but you have so much love to give. Please don't give up on love. And, totally take a break, focus on yourself for a bit, but don't give up on love. And I feel like not only that, but now you know how to see through those who took you and all that love for granted. And you know the patterns now. I feel like you are about to get your fairy tale, and you are going to be so happy that you closed this last chapter in a few months, because the difference in your days is going to add up in the best way. You're going to notice you're smiling more now, and that you don't have to tolerate their fucking bullshit, okay? Your other relationships are going to feel easier and lighter because you won't have to lie or make up stories about what's actually going on with you and your partner, okay? I know how that goes. Like, I got this black eye because I fell. Oh, this ring around my neck, it was just because I was wearing a choker too tight. I know how that goes. You don't have to make up those lies anymore. You don't have to do the makeup to hide everything. Like, all of these stories, like, you don't have to do that anymore. You don't have to pretend it doesn't hurt or that you're unbothered, but always remember, each time you shed a tear because of this person, you deserve the love that you give. You did not deserve what they did to you. Not at all. And even if they never take accountability, if anything, that makes them even more of a liability than an asset. I feel like they would have just kept dragging you down into the dark hole that they dug, okay? The dark hole that they're too delusional to acknowledge. I feel like this person doesn't see anything wrong with what they're doing because they have something deeply wrong with them. Okay? And they don't care. They really don't care. They're not capable, this person, at least right now, they are not capable of doing that inner work. You deserve this new chapter. Okay? All right, moving on to 222. So we got 2, the moon, Cancer domicile, Capricorn detriment, Taurus exalt, Scorpio fall. With that, I channeled Summer Bummer by Lana Del Rey featuring A$AP Rocky and Playboi Carti. Come summer, y'all are gonna meet someone who is down for you. With that, I channeled the lyrics, her sophistication make you wanna quit the bitch you datin'. She just might become my lover for real. So this new person is going to make you forget completely about your ex-partner, that ex-situationship. They're going to be classy as fuck. They may be Cancer or Taurus rising or have these highly aspected in their chart. And they are going to have impeccable style. I'm talking like shoes, clothes, accessories, cars. Like this person is just going to be classy. Like, almost like, what is that song? Kill or Maim by Grimes, but I just heard Italiana Mobstar rockin' like a pop star or whatever she says, or living like a pop star. Kill V Maim by Grimes. So maybe they kind of dress along the lines of that, but that's not my business. I'm just getting that this person just is not out here in a t-shirt and sweats, okay? Like, I don't know. It's not gonna be what you're used to, okay? Like, none of that wannabe bad boy thug shit. It's not gonna be the usual. This person, whether male or female, has style. If female, I heard Reina. So she may dress kind of like so fancy that she might seem like a princess from somewhere. So like maybe like how Meghan Markle, the Duchess of Sussex or whatever, how she dresses. Like I feel like they just got impeccable style. This person is going to want to get to know you, to understand parts of you that others may have shamed you for. And I'm getting that your confidence, it had crumbled so much that you just don't show who you are fully. Like you are scared that if someone gets to know you completely, that they're not going to stick around. And with that, I just channeled Gardens. Say it like that. Say it like that by SZA. Okay, so I feel like with this person, like, it's just gonna be real different. I'm not getting that y'all will intend to move fast, but I'm getting that y'all are gonna be falling for one another pretty fast and hard. Okay, like it's gonna be like a literal fairy tale. Like I'm getting that they have seen your hurt, your baggage, your flaws, and they said, sign me up, let's figure this out, let's heal together. I'm getting for some of you, they may have literally said, let me take you away from this. And maybe this person has a layered or checkered past too. They are ready to go on their healing journey though, as long as they have you by their side. You inspire them to do so. I feel like you are going to inspire this person so much that they too genuinely want to strive to be a better person every day. You are going to be such a light in their life, and anytime it gets hard, as long as they have you, they know it will be okay. With all of that, you two are probably still going to trigger one another. I feel y'all are going to need to do your best to not only distance past baggage from this new person in the sense of not dragging it into disagreements with this new person and projecting old relationships onto this new person, but definitely listen to your gut After what you encountered, I understand it can be hard to differentiate a gut feeling versus anxiety. And I feel like you're going to have to learn how to be present mentally and physically in order to be able to differentiate the two, because it's different for everybody. With that, I channeled Pieces by Sum 41. Specifically, I tried to be perfect, but nothing was worth it. Again, therapy is going to be very beneficial when it comes to a point of which y'all don't understand each other at all, okay? And that you cannot seem to find any common ground. That definitely means it is time for therapy. After what you came out of, again, of course, it's going to be hard to be able to communicate efficiently, especially if it was never modeled for you to begin with, right? As Denzel Washington in The Equalizer says, progress, not perfection. Okay, as long as you genuinely want to grow, you can do it. You just need to make progress, not perfection. Just do better each and every day. That's all, that's it. And eventually it just becomes a habit. Things don't need to be perfect. As long as you genuinely want to grow, I promise you can do it. Last week, I felt collective's rage. I felt the anger in regards to how you've been treated. And while I want to say this as a former hothead myself, I get it. And that shit can make you so jaded and bitter that when you're triggered, you go into full-on defensive mode or even offensive mode. And maybe your fight response is triggered. And this is your ego trying to keep you safe, especially if you have been abused. I understand. I get it. I get it. But sometimes a trigger is just that, a trigger. And we later realize that we may have misread a situation entirely. Then we feel shame. I feel like it is important to get a handle on these emotions because these emotions are guests in your sanctuary, not the other way around. They are guests in your home, in your temple, not the other way around. So you got to get a hold of them before they try and get a hold of you. I feel y'all got a lot of emotions to sort through though. And while this person wants to be there for you, please remember they are not your punching bag, nor are you theirs. Any unresolved baggage can keep us stuck in survival mode and act out in ways we wouldn't if emotionally stable, right? It can make us self-sabotage and will literally cause a storm of chaos, a freaking dust devil, a tornado, everywhere we go. But on top of that, you really deserve to enjoy this new chapter in your story because you did overcome a ton of adversity. I was about to say university. Maybe y'all are going back to school, but y'all just overcame a ton of adversity. And it can be hard to carry on, but you're doing it. Couples, I did not forget about y'all, and trust that you're getting some good karma flowing your way too. I feel like y'all have been stressing out about finances and some have been dealing with some custody drama. A current partner, hold on, I'm seeing two men, maybe a baby daddy and a current partner, okay? And they're boxing, like straight up going out on each other. Or a baby mama and a current partner just fucking going at it, like beating the shit out of each other. Whew. I feel like your financial burdens are definitely easing up, and we are going to get more into that with 444 and 777. Things are balancing out though, and you're going to feel so much lighter, like you can breathe. As for this custody battle shit, I'm getting baby daddy or baby mama could have had 100% custody originally, right? Well, baby daddy or baby mama now only gets 40%, and you're probably going to get around 60% of the time. You have stepped up to the plate and become a steady figure in your child's life, and it shows. I'm proud of you. The divine is proud of you. Your ancestors are proud of you. You are breaking chains. If not dealing with kiddos and parenting, again, I feel like y'all were definitely worried about finances, and for some of you, a place to live. In the next coming 2 weeks, y'all are going to be in for a surprise, and this new home may be even better than you expected. It's going to feel like everything is just literally aligning. Like it's all part of the divine plan, and it's going to relieve you and your partner so much. You're both finally going to have the freedom to focus on yourselves, one another, building this new foundation, and y'all will finally get the space to do those projects that y'all have been wanting to accomplish. This new freedom is going to deepen your bond. I feel like with that though, they kind of see you like the moon to their sun, or vice versa, the sun to their moon. And they see you as a goddess in true form, or a god in true form. They see you like a lucky rabbit paw, like you're the good luck charm, and they're yours. Y'all are finally going to be seeing the magic that you make together. And with that, I channeled She Makes Magic by Big Wild and Magic by Trippy Nova. Not only are you reminding yourself of your magic, but you're reminding your partner of their magic too. Moving on, 1111. So we have one, the Sun, Leo domicile, Aquarius detriment, Aries exalt, Libra fall. Really getting nervous. With that, I channeled the song Time of the Season by The Zombies. Specifically, the lyrics, what's your name? Who's your daddy? Is he rich like me? Now that y'all are getting a piece of that pie and moving on up, homage to the Jeffersons, by the way, others are noticing you and you are on their radar. You emanate this aura of success and magnetism, and now all of a sudden you're here in this new position of work, this new neighborhood, etc. You're making an impact just by showing up, and your name is now being spoken in rooms that you have never been in. I feel like it's always been like this, but now it's kind of like in a good way too. If this is a new person a new position, and it's a position of leadership, I am getting that some can see exactly why you are where you are now, and they're not only impressed by how you are turning ish out, but how all of a sudden things are actually running the way they're supposed to, okay? Those who are used to being in charge could be frustrated by you coming in and making all these changes. Some are actually being held accountable, and they're not used to that because, again, they are used to being in charge, and some of them have really been abusing their power. Y'all could have watched my reading. What was it? They stole and they got caught. I can't remember the title, but it was from last week. But I feel like this could totally be a continuation of that. I feel like, again, they're used to being someone in charge, but at the same time, they really have been abusing their power, and they're being dealt with by the Most High. I feel like your ancestors, your deities, your guides, what have you, they're not happy with how this ish has been going down. But as they're being dealt with, expect them to get a little more aggressive with you. I heard machismo energy, okay? So, like, expect them to try and push your buttons to get aggressive and not just question, but some will even try and argue with you about your authority and your credibility. Y'all are taking stock of this situation, and I can feel that, like, it can sit in the back of your mind, and it gives you anxiety. Like, I feel like you're anxious and experiencing imposter syndrome because of how these individuals have been acting out. It's almost like secondhand imposter syndrome or secondhand anxiety. I want to remind you that it is not your fault and that they are choosing to run amok. It is a them problem. You are handling it well by expressing what's going on to the owners, to HR, whoever, and it's all being handled. The anxiety is theirs. It is not yours to carry, and it never really was. Let it go back to them. I'm getting it can take a bit for these people to be dealt with because they could be ass kissing the right asses, okay? All that brown nosing has led to them getting special treatment, and any discrepancies can either fly under the radar or are overlooked completely. However, there is a new sheriff in town now, okay? And all that fuckery absolutely will not fly. Watch what happens in the next coming months. Moving on to 1919. So we know one is related to the sun, so Leo domicile, Aquarius detriment, Aries exalt, Libra fall. We also have 9, which is related to Mars, so Scorpio and Aries domicile, Taurus and Libra detriment, Capricorn exalt, Cancer fall. This new beginning, this new start, it feels surreal to you, whether you've already been living in it or not. And I feel like you are still waiting for the other shoe to drop, and thus your energy is still straddling the fence like, is this really even for me right now? Yes, my precious enigmas breaking stigmas. You have broken so many stigmas, and you have fought the good fight, and you have been walking in the light for so long. Please allow this gift to make its way in. You're not going to fumble this, and it definitely won't fumble you. You have been working for this for so long, don't give up now. Close the door on your old life for good, and believe this new chapter is yours. You earned it. You fucking created it. Not only is it for everything that, you've been doing here in the 3D, in the Matrix, but for aiding in the 5D. I'm channeling Howl from Howl's Moving Castle. Like, he essentially was a demon who lived in the in-between. And he met this individual, her name was Sophie, and he fell in love with her, and all of a sudden he realized, like, I don't want to be a coward anymore. I don't want to hide anymore. I want to go out there and make a difference. And he starts fighting a spiritual war. If you have not seen Howl's Moving Castle, you should. It is so good. But y'all could literally be at war in the spiritual realms in the 5D, and you don't see the effects of such in the material world. But this new start in the material world in the 3D is yours for all the work that you have been doing in both realms, spanning over many realms, okay? The divine threw you a bone. Are you going to take it or wander back to your old life? Your old life will happily take you back, but I can't promise that you'll be happy and that you won't be living with regret. I feel like you've already dipped a toe into this new life, and it's just time to take the plunge, okay? Time to share, get off the pot. Okay, 777. That is related to Neptune, so Pisces domicile, Virgo detriment, Leo exalt, Aquarius fall. I feel one of the reasons it can be so hard to surrender to the divine and to anything magical or miraculous in nature is because we obviously default to logic. So when logic comes into play, things like manifestation, materialization, spell work, the power of prayer, they just have no room to enter the space. I am here to tell you to start believing because your dream life is literally waiting for you to accept it, and it's happening right in front of your very eyes. Your blessings are defying logic, thus increasing any sort of imposter syndrome that you may have. Like, y'all are literally going to be financially set, but you still have this imposter syndrome. You are going to have that freedom and that independence that so many crave, and it's here, it's ready, it's willing, but you have to be willing to accept that it's yours. With that, I channeled My Destino by Thievery Corporation. This is your destiny, okay? I don't know. Personally, in an economy going haywire, I feel being hella blessed up in this bitch is an upside. I'm just saying. You've earned this financial gain. I'd be feeling hella blessed. Alright, 444. 4 is related to Uranus, so Aquarius domicile, Leo detriment, Scorpio exalt, Taurus fall. Not only are your finances getting an upgrade, but y'all, you can finally afford that DIY project that you have been wanting to do for years. You are now able to get a place all of your own and actually afford it and not go house broke, while still being able to invest in savings, a nest egg, a Roth IRA, a SEP account, a 401k, or even stocks. Y'all can finally build that casita or renovate your bedroom. You can now install that tub and afford a new water heater. You can buy that truck instead of settling for that car. If anything goes awry, you now have the cushion to fall back on. You will be able to afford an emergency car repair, an emergency crown or tooth replacement, a needed or even cosmetic procedure if you fucking want. Embrace this new life. You deserve it. You worked so hard for this new chapter, and I know it feels surreal, but you're here. Welcome to your new start. With that, I channeled Still Waiting by Sum 41. Don't let this bitterness nor the bitter feelings of others to leave you jaded and to overlook these blessings. All right, this is a little random, but for my couples, for those who are partnered, your partner thinks it's adorable that you have adopted some of their mannerisms and that you wear their clothes, etc. They also love that you don't take yourself too seriously, nor them. At least not all of the time. And I feel like they really love your inside phrases and jokes. They feel like you're their soulmate. And with that, I channeled Proud by Catching Flies and the West Green Quartet. Like, I feel like they are legit proud to say that y'all are together. All right, let's go ahead and get into tarot. Alright, y'all. I cloak myself in a chiffon of pink. I ask my spirit guides, ancestors, deities, angels, and Mother Nature ground me in a protective glimmer, so that I may think and so that I may shimmer. I am your oracle of the light, your seer in the dark. Please grant me that creative spark and allow me to bask in your divine essence and stark. Through this confusion and stark. I am you and you are me. Voice through me these messages you wish to speak, and blessed be. And so it be like that sometimes. Okay, let's go ahead, get into it with Disney villains. Alright, what do the divine want to tell us? What do the divine want to tell us about this situation? What's going on with the collective's brand new chapter? What is it that collective might not be seeing about this brand new chapter? What does collective need to know? What has collective been overlooking? I am not taking all those. What does collective need to know? 10 of Wands in reverse. Y'all are definitely dropping the burdens. And I feel like you guys, this has been a reoccurring theme. Like, it's time to drop the burden and dip out, accept your 10 of Pentacles. Hermit mode is here. Y'all could have been here in hermit mode. I get it. But in order to accept these pentacles, you are going to have to work through the past baggage. And the past baggage is kind of like what leads you to hermit mode. But at the same time, and this is your crowning thoughts, right? These are all in the crowning thoughts position. At the same time, this 10 of Pentacles is here. Your happy fairy tale ending is here. You are about to be so financially secure. Like, and I'm getting, you're going to know what to do with it. It's not necessarily you're going to be like rolling in the dough to the point of you don't even know what to do with it. No, you're going to know what to do with it. And if there is like a ton of extra, sure, I'm sure you'll donate and stuff. But right now, y'all are meant to focus on yourself. Y'all are meant to focus on building for you and your family. Y'all are meant to focus on getting that 10 of coins. Ace of Wands in reverse. What is the main energy here? 8 of Wands. Judgment. Ace of Wands. 8 of Wands. Judgment. Judgment is coming fast. This could totally be going back to that whole custody battle of which I had gotten that vision of the two baby daddies or baby mamas fighting. And that kind of leads to a very quick judgment from the judge to which they rule 40% for who started the fight, 60% to the one who went ahead and, you know, obviously didn't participate and is obviously trying to better their life. All right. We got all our cards. We got the Hierophant, the World in reverse, the Star in reverse, and those are in oppressed, suppressed energy. And this is exactly what we are talking about in the oppressed, suppressed energy, okay? Like, y'all have been hiding from the world, but you are the star, and you're meant to shine bright. You're not meant to keep dimming yourself, and I feel like y'all carving this new way for yourself, you have no idea how much easier it is going to make life, how much more say you are going to have in your life. And though right now, all of these things that could be happening, like I said, like you could be going through confusion, frustration, anger, grief, like it could be everything. With all of that, I totally get it. Like, there is no time limit of which you have to heal. Like, it is a constant uphill battle. But on that same token, we don't want to get stuck in hermit mode and trying to, you know, allow this baggage to overrun our lives when the Ten of Pentacles is right around the corner, calling our names, trying to come in swiftly, trying to remind us that it is not the end of the world, and that, you know, with all of this, I feel like the baggage, you know, and this whole situation, again, you just didn't necessarily see yourself for what you could become. I feel like on top of that, like, if you are coupled, I feel like y'all definitely, with the Ace of Wands and the Hierophant and the Ten of Wands in reverse, like, y'all, your financial constraints are finally ending. And it is just going to feel like such a fucking blessing. It is going to be like, I had no idea this was all coming in. And it's coming in fast. And with Judgment out here, it's because you deserve it. With Judgment out here, Judgment is being called on those who decided to treat you like you were just nobody, who decided to take you for granted, who didn't want to see you as the star, who wanted to turn your world upside down. Well, now their world is being turned upside down. Okay? I feel like some of y'all really might have a lot of creativity that you haven't even like tapped into. Like, I'm getting a lot of untapped potential because y'all were just, I feel like your spirit was beaten down quite a bit. I feel like it really was, but you could literally be your own boss. And I feel like there is definitely that boss bitch energy up in here, but you hold yourself back. For overall energy, we have the Four of Coins. I feel like we end up holding ourselves back when we wear our trauma, our pain as a badge. Somewhat like an identity, right? Not in the sense that I moved through this, you can too, let me help you. But in the sense of like, oh no, woe is me. I am like this because of this and this and this. I cannot change. My life cannot change. It sucks. Everything sucks. That's what I'm getting from this. I'm also getting that, like, if things aren't exactly, perfect, it really confuses you, and it can sometimes even scare you and lead you to trying to self-sabotage. I need you to really let go of perfection here. I feel like y'all have just been in hermit mode for so long that, like, your judgment of yourself is like, you just have no idea who you are anymore. And, like, you don't see yourself as the star. You don't see yourself as someone who, might be able to help other people, who, has the story that they should be sharing. And it makes me sad because y'all have been through a lot. And y'all have done a lot in this lifetime. And yeah, you may be young, but that doesn't, like, it doesn't honestly matter how old you are. But King of Wands in reverse. But I feel like if y'all were going up against some sort of King of Wands in reverse, like, y'all being able to live and tell the tale, because I feel like a King of Wands in reverse could be very vengeful, very much so chasing a vendetta, very, very cruel, very cunning, much like Jafar, right? We had channeled Farquaad, and that's exactly how Farquaad is. But at the same time, you could have also been dealing with that praying mantis energy, and that's why we got the Empress in reverse out here. These are the energies that y'all have been dealing with. King of Wands reverse, the Empress in reverse. Like, praying mantis energy is literally like someone who acts genuine and kind and loving in the beginning, and then once they get what they want, they bite their lover's head off, essentially, or just cut the relationship off completely. We also have strength out here. We've got the moon. We've got the Nine of Swords in reverse. And we got the Queen of Wands in reverse. Well, she could be with the King of Wands in reverse, okay? I feel like that could also definitely be that other side piece. This Queen of Wands or this King of Wands could be the side piece that y'all confronted and that, tried to give you lip about it and tried to make you feel like, you were crazy for even coming to them and trying to, figure out what the fuck is going on, hear them out. Like, I feel like there was just a lot going on in the dark that you were curious about, and it wasn't even necessarily a confrontation. Like, I'm getting that y'all could have just came in, sat down, and been like, hey, what's up? Like, what's going on? I heard this and this and this, I feel like y'all were just feeling so insecure and you just wanted to get to the bottom of it. And I feel like your deepest fears had been confirmed. And not only that, but it almost feels like when you interacted with the Queen of Wands, with the King of Wands, that, like, it felt like it was smearing your nose in it. Like, almost like they wanted to bully you. I'm really sorry that y'all had to deal with that. I feel like tarot today is honestly pretty self-explanatory. Let's go ahead and get some advice from the Moonology deck. This is by Yasmin Boland with art by Nyx Rowan.
Witnessing a loved one locked in a vicious cycle of obsessions and compulsions can be devastating for families. Meg's OCD has isolated herself.
What does the collective need to know right now? What is some sort of advice you'd like to give the collective? I know that right now we are also focusing on getting y'all to learn how to be present physically, mentally, and how to be able to really feel in your body the difference between what is actually anxiety, what is triggering, like what is like, you know, trauma, what is, you know, just a trigger. You and your loved ones are safe. New moon in Cancer in reverse. Have faith in your dreams. Waxing crescent moon. Conclusions are within reach. Full moon eclipse in reverse. I feel like, you know, it felt like after this betrayal, I guess I'm really focusing on the singles right now. After this betrayal, like, it felt like your whole world again was just rocked and flipped upside down. And you know, you met this individual and you feel like, can I even trust this new individual with my loved ones? If, like, you know, you have children or whatever, can I even trust this individual, you know, to take care of my little ones if I have to share custody with this baby daddy, baby mama? I feel like you do question whether or not they are safe. Have faith in your dreams is out here with the sense of, we were talking about that custody battle. You are more than likely going to get the outcome you're hoping for. And while it may not be 100% custody, you are going to be stoked. I feel like for those of you who don't have children and there is no custody battle, I feel like you were trying to meet up with this baby daddy, baby mama for closure. Or maybe you're the baby daddy, baby mama. And you were trying to meet up with this side piece for closure. And with conclusions are within reach and reverse and full moon eclipse, like some things, like we're not going to get closure on. At least not in a sense that satisfies us, if that makes sense. We're not always going to get the answers or the truth about what really happened that night. We're not. And sometimes we have to accept that that's just how this person who we once considered a loved one, how they operate, and that they're not safe. This loved one is not safe. And maybe you shouldn't be giving them so much love anymore. I feel like with you departing from that, you have to have a lot of faith, and I get that, but I feel like it's literally about to be a fairy tale ending, a dream come true, this new chapter. You're not even going to give a fuck about the closure in a few months, I promise you that, because this new chapter is going to be so beautiful that any sort of fucking bullshit from the past, it's not even going to be a blip on your radar. And if it is, like, you might even be like realizing how far you came and how shitty it was back then and how good it is now, and just being like, holy shit, like, shit is good, life is good, emotions are running high. Supermoon, y'all, like, I feel so much ambivalence in the sense that, like, you have so many emotions going on right now that you don't even know how to sort through them. I get that. I think it's learning how to be okay with some things just being unknown. This person was unsafe anyway. They were so deceitful that a lot of the things that came out of their mouth was a lie. So why would you expect for them to be truthful to you now? Some of y'all may be getting confirmation through a dream. Oh, this is not the deck I wanted to use. Oopsie! Put that back. I want to use my witch fortune telling deck. I think I have all the cards. It looks like it.
Annie has found a unique way to communicate how she sees her OCD.
All right. Sorry guys, my allergies are just kicking my booty, but I'm glad it's spring. I'm glad we're moving into spring. I love all the flowers and the plants, and all of that makes me really happy. Ooh, these are a lot of the same cards we got last week. Okay. Let's do another shuffle again, just in case, but okie dokie. The ring in reverse. Some of y'all just ended a marriage and engagement. You just returned a proposal. No more happy wife, happy life. I feel like y'all were very, very miserable, very unhappy, but whew, okay. We have for main energy the heart, number 39. The heart signifies great joy when near. We have number 31, the crossroads, in reverse. The crossroads turn to the dark clouds foretells misadventures, but far away from the person, evil consequences may be averted. With that in reverse, I feel like whether or not you avert these consequences is up to you, and how you navigate and how you move from here and which road you choose. And you know exactly what I'm talking about. With number 28, we have the anchor, and that denotes successful here you go, the anchor. That denotes successful ventures in business and love, and surrounded by 11, 13, 29, 30, 31, 35, breach of trust, near the dog, fidelity of the one you love. So we have 31 out here, and I feel like y'all definitely, like, this person at one point could have been your rock. They could have been your anchor, and you them. But all of a sudden, shit just got rocked, okay? And I feel like all of a sudden, like, they were starting arguments with you. All of a sudden, like, they would go off for days at a time. Like, it was weird, okay? Like, your gut was picking up on it, but I feel like at the same time, like, you didn't want to believe it. We also have number 30, the rod. The rod near predicts family quarrels, distant pecuniary loss. Number 4, we have the key. The key nearby is a certain augury of success, but if surrounded by unlucky cards, the prognostication is illness. We have number 23 in reverse, the ring. The ring, when to the right of a person, is unerring an indication of a rich and happy marriage, but lying to the left, disappointment and love. I am so sorry, y'all were so disappointed. Number 7, the bouquet. This was in reverse. Bouquet of flowers, an absolute indication of long and happy life if children are near, extraordinary honors and fame. However, we also have number 38, and that is the flames on the hearth, upright. Flames on the hearth indicate good fortune and neutralize the evil of near-lying unlucky cards and increases the value of lucky ones. Overall energy, number 51 in reverse, we have the lion. The lion presages sudden shock from bad news. I feel like you knew it in your gut, but at the same time, like, you didn't want to tell yourself. You know what I mean? Like, you didn't want to confront it. We have the man out here. We know who that is. He's in reverse. That's that King of Wands in reverse. We got number 14, the Rider in reverse, and this is a sure sign of good news unless along 6, 8, 11, or 13. Friends, even if we don't have 6, 11, 8, or 13 out here, it's in reverse. I feel like this news was heartbreaking. And I feel like it can be, like, it's not necessarily completely shocking, but yeah, it's heartbreaking. And it's like the person that you loved and who you invested in so much and who you might have even built a home with, who you might have gotten married to, who you were thinking about getting married to, like, who you might have had kids with. Like, you invested so much. I get it. This is your key to your new life, and I feel like you have one toe in and one toe out because it's hard for you to let go of what's familiar. And I feel like one of the excuses is, you feel like the heart may recognize the betrayal, but it still loves, and the love is still there. And so you might want to continue on with this person, but I can promise you, Nothing good is going to come of this situation if you keep dealing with this person. They are going to keep dragging you into this pit of despair. And well, the divine will be around to do their best to neutralize everything. The prognostication of illness is still lurking in the background. You know, the quarrels are there. And, you know, I feel like all of the stress from this situation could even be making you sick. It's time to reach out for that additional support, I think. All right, so that was definitely for the singles. I am so sorry, guys. What a rough time. You're a badass. All right. Let's go ahead and get out of that energy. But I feel like if y'all do have like some custody battles and shit going on, like, you're going to be pleasantly surprised. We have the star out here again. I just cut the deck and I found her. She's naked, so I'm censoring her. But y'all really don't realize not just how beautiful you are, but how much you shine bright and how easy it is for you to just come in and light up a room just by being you. And it's so beautiful. We have the High Priestess, and I feel like y'all, you have this inner knowing. This inner knowing. We have the World in reverse. We have Justice in reverse. We've got the Knight of Pentacles. We've got the Ace of Cups in reverse. And we've got the King of Swords. Y'all are not letting anything come in between you and your Ace of Pentacles, your 10 of coins that we saw earlier. This brand new beginning, you may not see everything for what it is right now, and I feel like there is a lot of stuff happening in the dark right now. And not only that, but like just being in your feels right now can make it hard to see the blessings coming in. I get it. But y'all have been working hard. You've been working steady. And what just happened to you, again, turned your world upside down. We have the World out here. She's naked. We're censoring her. Next to Justice in reverse. And it's like, you didn't deserve this, friend. And so now, after all the hard work, your cup is about to be overrunneth because you're going to be doing that shit. If this is for my couples, I feel like if y'all are again in a position of authority, there is someone in the background, someone who is a subordinate, who is not doing everything that they say they're doing, who is not actually doing all the work, who could have definitely stolen from the company and gotten caught. And again, things are just working in the background. And I feel like any sort of anxiety that you had been feeling in regards to it, like, it's time to let that go. Any sort of imposter syndrome in regards to it, it's time to let that go because you know who you are. You are a fucking boss. You could be their boss. You probably are the boss or the manager, or maybe you are the owner of the company. Whatever it is, you knew that this shit was going on in the background, but there is still extra shit that you didn't even know was going on in the background that you're going to be finding out about. I feel like oftentimes, again, they would question your authority and they'd make it seem like you didn't know what you were doing, like you were an apprentice, like you were a greenhorn in this field, and they did that on purpose. But good luck to them. I feel like you just kind of like focusing on yourself and your cup, as well as like, you know, the work that you have been doing is exactly why you are now reaping the benefits and the rewards, and you do have the credentials backing you. And even if this person does try to say that like you are not like who you say you are, like I feel like your work speaks for itself, and any sort of injustice they tried to send your way, like, good luck to them. I just found the 5 of Wands. What's behind that? 9 of Pentacles in reverse. Like, dude, any shit that they try and fucking pull, it's not gonna work. any sort of like, I feel like, again, like they are definitely a kiss ass. And I feel like, you know, this person, if they didn't have, if they're his boss, if they weren't kissing that boss's ass, that like they just pretty much be fucked. Like they really aren't all that in a bag of chips. They really don't know what the fuck they're talking about. They really cannot explain the process of what you're doing, but you know, that boss likes them. That boss protects them, not even realizing how much of a fool this person is. Like, Wheel of Fortune in reverse, but I feel like their time has come. Their unlucky streak, or their lucky streak, is about to become an unlucky streak, and it's because they tried to go into competition with you, not knowing who the fuck they were dealing with. Okay? Like, y'all, please let go of the imposter syndrome, and do know that this Ace of Pentacles coming in for you, it wants to come in. You just have to accept it. You just have to accept this new beginning. We have the Nine of Cups, we've got the Eight of Wands, and we've got the Three of Wands in reverse. Again, just because it's not coming in exactly how you expected it to doesn't mean it's not coming in, especially with the Eight of Wands. Just because it's not exactly what you wish for, like for instance, let's say you wished for, if you were the single person, let's say you wished for that baby daddy, baby mama to act right. The universe isn't going to bring that in because that's not their job. And if they did, they'd still, you know, if you were doing spells like that, like, it backfires. It backfires. It may work for a little bit, but it always backfires. Always. So with that, I also feel like, let's say this is a position that you just earned. I feel like you were wishing for this position, but the way it's coming in isn't exactly how you expected. So now it's like, okay, this isn't easy. This is a lot of work. It's actually kind of hard. Like, why am I actually here? Friend, just give it a little bit longer. I promise you, shit is about to get a whole lot better. Shit is already getting a whole lot better. Your fairy tale is coming in. Your wishes are coming true. We had that genie energy. 3 wishes. I feel like they're getting everything that they were doing back at them times 3, and you are getting tons and tons of good karma. We got the Lovers here, and we got the 3 of Cups in reverse. I feel like someone, you know, definitely, for my singles, they definitely, like, inserted themselves and broke up, became a homewrecker, decided to not own up to that shit. Let your ex-partner go party it up with this 3 of Cups in reverse, with this karmic individual, with this person who is probably going to cheat on them too. I'm getting that they are probably going to try and hook up with their best friend or even kiss their best friend. I don't know their life. Can we get more messages for my couples, please? Eight of Cups, the Sun, 6 of Coins in reverse. Y'all, you just turned your back on a situation of which you were putting in more effort than you were getting back. And I feel like you weren't seeing this clearly, and that is why you still have 1 foot in the past and 1 foot in this new chapter. I feel like y'all see your past as something, and you could even romanticize it sometimes, but y'all see your past as something that you worked hard through. You're used to seeing yourself as someone who has to struggle. You are used to seeing yourself as someone who has to pick up the pieces for everybody else. And while I get that, It is time to start living your own life and not doing a whole shit ton. We did see the Ten of Wands out here earlier. Not doing a shit ton for everybody else and just focusing on you, focusing on what you got going on, and you will see the results. Your manifestations are literally here. You just have to open your eyes and no longer be dipping your toes into the past, because the past needs to stay where it belongs, in the past. Alright, I'm gonna let it go. I'm gonna drop it there. Y'all, I hope you have a great rest of your day. I am hungry. I'm gonna go make some dinner. By all that is divine, I will now close and exit this reading. Thank you for illuminating the path and for not retreating. Our session has now come to an end. This advice I shall not bend. Please be safe on your path and keep me safe in the aftermath. Blessed be. And so it be like that sometimes. Y'all, move into this new beginning with the utmost faith, because you deserve it. It is not just, going to disappear in the blink of an eye. Like, no, you worked very, very hard to get here, and I don't want you to let anyone think that they can come up in here and run amok in your energy and stop you. Any mal de ojo that is sent your way can be sent right back to them times 3. We had the 3 of Wands in reverse. All of that shit is literally going back to them at least times 3. And anyone who has no idea that their energy will be coming back to them, good luck to them. That's all I'm going to say. That is all I'm going to say. Okay. I hope you guys have a wonderful day. I will probably be back tomorrow, and I'll see you later. Bye.